Ja, vanmôre gesels ons met Amber Fillary. Sy is 'n Suid-Afrikaanse swemmer wat nie minder nie as 3 keer in hierdie maand al 'n Guiness-wêreldrekord gebreek het. 3 keer. En sy swem ver 100 meter op 'n slag in yswater op een asem, sonder vinne in 'n wetsuit. Sy kan swem. Good morning, Amber.
Good morning.
It's lovely having you this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Amber, it blows my mind that you're swimming in ice, the distances you are swimming, and obviously that's why it's a world record. But let's start with the basics. Swimming. Where did your love for swimming start?
Well, I've always loved the water. From a very little girl, I've loved the water. So my interest in water is, from a little girl. So I did start when I was at school. I swam competitively, and then because I have all these mental issues, it kind of got in the way. And then my free diving, which is what I just did, that only started at the beginning of my 40s, really.
Wow. Now, swimming in ice, how did you get to that?
Well, what happened was I broke some of the South African records for free diving in the swimming pool. And then I heard about the ice record. And I had always swam, from my time of living in London, I'd swam in ice water where they cracked the ice and went swimming. So I thought I would try and see if I could hold my breath in such cold water. And I could do it. So that's when I decided to go for the free dive records.
It really is quite incredible, Amber, what you're doing. How much training goes into it before you attempt a record like this? And do you always then just train in the ice water? Or is it that you train just normal swimming first, holding your breath? How do you go about training and preparation before you attempt something like this?
Well, I didn't do a lot of ice training. So what I've done, this is how I've prepared for the records, is I basically trained, in South Africa. The 1 year I trained in Egypt, but otherwise in South Africa in a normal swimming pool for breath hold and my technique. And then all I've done really is go over to Germany, to Berlin, for maybe 4 or 5 days to get into the lakes, to get used to the cold water, and then I've gone to Norway. So I haven't done a lot of cold water training, really. I've just, managed to adapt that way, yeah.
And but doing this without a wetsuit must be so dangerous. I mean, the level just rises, the difficulty level just rises. How do you prepare yourself for the freezing cold?
Well, like I said, that's all I've really done is I've gone over to Germany to get in the cold water, and then gone to Norway. It is potentially dangerous, but I've managed to adapt to the cold water, and I've got lots of safety divers with me, and so it isn't really that dangerous. I mean, I managed to adapt to the cold, so it's not so dangerous.
My goodness. Now, tell us about the Guinness World Records that you broke on the 2nd and the 3rd of March, I think it was. What were these records?
So, when I got to Norway this year, it was a real struggle because, as you know, last year I had a bad knee infection and I ended up blacking out.
Wow.
When I attempted the record. And I think this year when I got to Norway, somewhere in the subconscious of my brain was the blackout, because I really struggled. I was wondering what I was doing there. I just couldn't get into the water and do any distance. I just kept popping up. I did like 40 meters, came up. So the 2 records I did this year was the no-fins, which you've showed pictures of, because it's basic breaststroke underneath the water. And then they introduced a monofin record. So I was able to do both records. And what happened is I had 2 days for the records. So on the Saturday, I was planning the no fins record. And then on Sunday, I was going to do the monofin record. And because I'd struggled, I managed to get to 100 meters on the no fins. But there's a girl whose record I originally broke who did 103 meters. So I kind of wanted to go further than her. So I spoke to my father, and what he suggested is that on the Saturday, I do the 100 meters, no fins. So then I had the record. And then try on Sunday to do no fins to 105 meters, which would mean that then I've got the longest under ice swimming. But it also meant that then I had to get out the water, heat up in the sauna, and get back in and do the monofin record. So it was a lot of swimming on Sunday, but I managed to. So on Saturday, I did 100 meters, no fins. And then I got in the water on Sunday, and I managed to go to 105 meters. So basically I got 2 records because the 100 meters was further than the 90 meters record. And then I had to get out into the sauna and then get back in. And then I had to do the monofin record. And with the monofin, I only did 110 meters. I think I could have gone further, but I hadn't had a lot of training just because the week had been so bad. So those are the 2 records I got, yeah.
It really is incredible. And I want to ask you, is there something up next that you want to go, okay, actually, this is what I want to try next?
Well, as it happens at the moment, because I've returned back to South Africa, we have the pool nationals. So it will be the South African pool national competition. For free diving, and it's taking place in Cape Town. So that's one thing I'm going to do, and yeah, I'll do all the disciplines. So hopefully I can win that. And then I don't know. I was thinking maybe I can do an ice mile swimming, which would be normal swimming. Otherwise I might do an art exhibition because I the art for so long, but I'm not really 100% sure, you know, what's next.
Take it as it comes, yeah. I'm a little claustrophobic when I look at these photographs and I think, my goodness, is there a hole in the ice somewhere? Is there an escape plan somewhere? I mean, because it seems like it's solid ice. You swam under solid ice.
Yeah, lots of people say that. I haven't ever had the claustrophobic feeling. So how they normally do the track with the holes, it's 20 meters and then there's a hole, and then 40 meters in the hole, and then after that it's 10 meters, and then it goes to 5 meters. So I follow the rope down the bottom, and wherever there's a hole, there's a marking on the rope. So I know that there's a hole above me. And yeah, I haven't had the claustrophobic feeling. I mean, lots of people say that, but yeah, I haven't had that. And wow. I know one of the tricks to free diving or holding your breath, put it that way, is being really relaxed. You know, the minute I start to panic, then it's a disaster. So I just have to be really relaxed. And I do know where the holes are, and I've got a safety diver swimming along next to me. So yeah, quite relaxed, yeah.
Well, you're much braver than I am, Amber. Congratulations. We are very proud of you, and we can't wait for your next achievement. And thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
Ja, daar's dit. Amber Fillary. Sy kan swem in koue water.
Ja.
Ek weet nie of ek soveel guts soos sy het nie. Sy het 3 wêreldrekords gebreek. Sy het basies 2 Guinness-wêreldrekords onder haar naam wat nou staan. So, laat die mense nou maar probeer.